Hello everyone. I want to tell you something I was thinking while I was cooking it real quick. Something I thought of before, but I don't know why. I decided to make a video so I can at least present it. So, why do I think that all scientists and through all history and all books that have a lack of understanding of God and the universe and how small-minded and full of holes and errors and all that shit, and sum it up in a real easy way to do that. Only have a paradigm that's limited. There's no limit to how small or big something can be. A world within a speck of a grain of sand, the whole world, the universe, and it's really just relative to the size of what's holding it inside. So, hosting it. And that too is another thing, but if there's nothing fine-tuning everything, there's no why does a heavenly body not bring their orbit off? In that fine-tuning, so if there's no fine-tuning, it wouldn't be like a clock. It could fall apart at any moment, floating through space and go into a tailspin. Terrifying. This whole planet could just fall all of a sudden, and all could float into some outer space and part of space apart from the sun, and we just all go into an icy oblivion. Or if we were just a couple of inches closer to the sun, we'd all burn up to death. You know that? It has to be right where it is exactly. So, apart from that, also, when Darwin made his thesis of evolution, he didn't have a microscope to know biology, you have to be aware of this. And he even said that if there was complex machineries in the cells, or he didn't even know what it was made of. He didn't know what a cell was at all. He didn't know there were chromosomes and DNA, cellular machinery, and all the complex parts and everything. He said if that were true, he would be wrong, so he testified to his own contradiction. So, what it says also about this, the truth they say about this, the first cell would have needed DNA, so how can a language just let it on? And the cellular machinery has like working parts, the vortex, little motors, little parts. That would have took how did that work? It defies the like models of linear others. And living things defy the law of thermodynamics, the third one, that things could break down to entropy. Instead, living things defy and they build up. And the cell talks to itself like AI and has little factory belts that prints the DNA out, and it's carried by cellular machineries on that take it to lipid rafts, and they take a boat across the little lipid ocean to another island where they build it, little cities of it, and build whole structures and everything. It's a world within a world with factories, and people, with fruits and dogs and everything. Oceans and islands and everything in it. And atmospheres full of weird creatures swimming around everywhere, fighting all intergalactic monsters that are trying to break in like viruses. It's a whole world within itself, in yourself. Every little cell in the body has this. And the DNA is like binary, 1 0, 1 1 0 0 1. It's called bits. Make a word like A through Z. And depending on that combination of 1s and 0s, which 1 is true and 0 is false, Einstein said a 1 and a 0 fused together is the theory of reality. Something true and false at the same time. And that's hard to understand. It was basically the electromagnetic theory of the force times the resistance equals the current. So, to take a step forward, you have to push, you have to resist something. While you wouldn't have to take a step if you weren't resisting anything with a muscle. You just float there with your mind. There will be nothing to resist. But you have this will pushing forward, so the resistance times the push equals that current motion. That's the 1 and the 0 fuse. And it's hard to explain. So whenever there's solid, liquid is a less dense state of solid, right? And then what's less dense than solid, what's less dense than liquid is gas. What's less dense than gas is fire, the fourth state of matter. And it just dances in like a wave of light or something, you know. Things, when they get hotter, the atoms speed up. Like, that's why when you make friction, it makes a fire. It speeds up hot. It rises. The fifth state of matter is the Einstein Bose-Conant state, fifth state, where atoms pancake out in the vibrational string base of their existence into pancakes. And those frequency little lines start going pancakes like this outwardly until they break down into nothingness, into diluted nothingness. So there are states of existence people don't even understand, you know. So how could they say they know so much? And Mesopotamia is where all archaeology comes out of. So how would it come out of Africa? In the pre-Diluvian period, or under the Euphrates, which dried up recently, there was a lot of archaeology, and there's giants and Shasta Mountain in there, and Solomon Island. Smithsonian Institute is obviously covered up. Everybody knows that. So you do a simple research and look around you. And through time, there's so many photos and news articles and credible witnesses that have ran into them. There's been giants on this earth. They just cover it up. They don't want people to know. They want you to be blind, and that's why they teach evolution. He was a Freemason too. Darwin was a Freemason. They wanted men to know they were like beasts, and the elites were like the godlier people, and they were like rolling over. I'm serious. It was like some sick, arrogant scheme on our minds, and the dark in it. Anyway, the archaeology, Tel Dan-Tel, Copper Scrolls, the Dead Sea Scrolls, and Hezekiah's Tunnel, and the temple artifacts and the eclipse cycles, which the Greek archaeological records, and also NASA's proves there was when Jesus died, there was like an eclipse for 3 hours, like 9 to 12 hours. And when Israel was born again, there was the eclipse, I'm pretty sure, blood moon from the Yom Kippur War and the Tetrad. And also the prophecies, Old Testament, Isaiah 53, Daniel 9:26. Who else would the Messiah be if he had to come and be cut off, but not for himself, in the temple destroyed, which was in 40 AD? Who else would it be then but him? Who else? Had to be him. And there's so much archaeology, if you look, there's endless archaeology on those too, that proves it. It's just covered up and stuffed away. It's hard to find. If you look, you'll see it. There's a lot of liars like that, guys. It's not true. It's so misinformation. So much misinformation. Easily look and be like, that guy was he was so foolish. Because Horus was killed by a scorpion. And Anna was hung on a new hook. The Vedas didn't come until way after the Torah. If you look on the correct dating that the gurus say earlier, because they're trying to like trick the masses to follow that. But actually the Vedas came after Moses. And Buddha came like 2,000 years after Moses. Muhammad 400 years after Jesus. And the Epic of Gilgamesh, the last 2 pages, there was a flood also of Noah. The cultures just had so unaffected views. So that's just a really small start. Have to look more.